Trust God's timing. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Also, he hath set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that God maketh from the beginning to the end. Patience is a virtue. Patience strengthens faith. Without patience, no one can wait upon the Lord. Lack of patience has pushed many people into doing the wrong thing in this life. Lack of faith has pushed many people into forgetting God and then making the wrong decisions that can destroy their lives. I want us to ask ourselves, are we doing the right thing? Are we waiting on the Lord? If you wait on the Lord, you can never be put to shame. If you wait upon the Lord, there is no way you will not get the things you have been asking for. This is not the time for you to be acting like you don't need God. Do you want your strength to be renewed? Do you want to soar higher like the eagle? You need to wait on the Lord. Isaiah 40 verse 31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. I know, believe me, I know. It is not easy not to be frustrated sometimes when you ask for something and you are not getting it. I know it is difficult to keep hope alive when your prayers have not been answered. But I want you to know that God is not sleeping over your matter. God has not forgotten you in your situation. God has not fallen asleep in the driver's seat of your life, and now the devil has taken control of the steering wheel. God has not forgotten you. He hasn't. You may have been forgotten by this one and by that one, but that is not God. He will never forget you. He will never leave you. God may not answer you and answer your prayers when you want Him to, but He always answers on time. But do you trust in God? Do you trust in His timing? Do you trust that God knows the best for you? Do you? You may be saying to me today, "But Pastor, you don't know what I am going through today." That's true. I don't know what you are going through. I have no idea what you are going through. But one thing I do know is the God of this Bible. And the God of this Bible is an on-time God. He will come through for you at the right time. His track record is perfect. I dare you to find one person in this Bible that God has failed. I dare you to find me one person that has failed. There isn't one. So I ask you today, do you trust God's timing? Remember, God knows what you don't know. God understands things that you don't understand. God sees everything you don't see. That's why we need to have faith. Faith is acknowledging, I don't know what's best, but you do, Lord. In John 5 verses 5 to 9, there was a man with infirmities at the pool of Bethesda, a pool where people with all sorts of infirmities and diseases wait patiently for an angel to come and stir the water. The first person in it would be made whole. This man was with diseases that probably had no cure. He was so helpless and hopeless. This man had been at the pool for a long time. This man was explaining to Jesus how his family had abandoned him. No one to help him get into the water. He was left all alone because of his problems. This man had been waiting for the one to help him for a long time. One thing we need to know about this man is that he did not know Jesus. This man had no idea who Jesus was, but all the same, he was helped. Now, do you think God will neglect you? The one who has been crying to Him for help? Will God look at you and then say He will not help you? I don't know what you were praying for, but I want to encourage you to trust in God's time. When God says it's your time, nothing can stop you. When it is time for you to have that job, nothing in this world will stop you. When it is time for you to get married, nothing in this world will stop it. When it is time for you to have your child, nothing in this world will stop it. When it is time for your breakthrough to happen, no demon on earth or under the earth can stop it. You need to know that God is helping you select the best time to receive that blessing. This is just to open our eyes to the fact that when we are faced with problems, pain, and grief, everyone will not be there for us. No one likes to bear the burden of others. Sometimes they leave you alone and forget about you. This can bring a feeling of rejection by the people. If you are thinking about the people and looking forward to them for help, what will come out of it? The man at the pool of Bethesda was depending on people to help him get into the pool. He placed his hope in men. And when they failed him, he became hopeless, and all he could do was to sit in his problem. It was like that until Jesus came into his life and rescued him. At the right time, Jesus came in. When it was time for this man to be blessed, nothing could stop it. The pool couldn't stop it. This man needed no one to help him to get a blessing when his time came. When God says it is your time, nothing in this world will be able to stop you. People will look at you and wonder why and how everything is going on so well for you. God's timing is always right and it is best. He created all things, and He makes things beautiful in their time. When God says it is your time, billions of demons can do nothing about it. I repeat, no amount of demons will be able to stop that blessing. When God says it is your time to be blessed, nothing in this world will be able to stop the blessing. When God says it is your time, no witch can hex you and stop your blessing. Trust in God's timing. When the time of Jabez came, nothing stopped him. He became successful and was a blessed man. Who is telling you that God has forgotten you? God is saving the best for you. Instead of you complaining that God has not answered you, why don't you just get yourself prepared to receive the enormous blessings? There is nothing wrong with being blessed. The problem with our view of blessing is that we think a blessing is limited to money or material things. But do you know that the peace of God is a blessing? The joy of the Lord is a blessing? Being complete in Christ Jesus is a blessing. Blessings are not only to do with material things. Going to heaven is a blessing. Look unto Jesus.